my YouTube channel. Today we are going to do a crop top for a 2 to 3 year old baby girl, and we are going to use this brand Seagull, and it's baby pink. That's the color of the yarn we are going to use. We are going to use a tape measure to take our measurements. We are going to use a pair of scissors, and we are going to use a 3.0 millimeter crochet hook. So let's get started. So we are going to be doubling our strands. So now what we are going to begin with, we are going to begin with our waistband, and my measurement for top we are going to do. Okay, let me try to illustrate for you how our top is going to look like. So our top is going to be something like this. So this is going to be our waistband, this one here. Then from here to here, this is going to be, should I say, like a neckline, like what? You will have to measure like 4.5 or 5, the way you like it. Maybe you do 4.5 or 5 inches. Then the length of the arms, it's going to be 4.5. And then my measurement, the bust measurement, it is 19, and my waist something like 18. So now it means from here to here, when we divide 19 divided by 2, that is 9.5. It means from here to here it will measure 9.5. And we are going to make our waistband. We are going to be using we are going to do chain 7, then we do slip stitches. So we do until it measures 8 inches. Then this one will have to measure 9.5, but when stretched it will be, when not stretched it will be 8 inches. When we stretch it will make 9.5. So now let's get started. So we start like this. We tighten the first one. Then we are going to do, oh sorry, did I say 7 chains? We are going to do 9. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now we are going to neglect the last one, the first one. Then we come to the second one. We do a slip stitch. In the next one, it is our second until they are 8. This is our third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and then the eighth. Then we do chain one, then we turn. So now we are going to be only working on these back loops, these ones. There are two, the front loops and the back loops. But since we are going to do singles, slip stitches, then we are going to be using these back loops. Then our first one is here. That is 1, 2, 3. This is our third. Our fourth. Fifth. 6th. 7th, and then the 8th. We pass through, then we do chain 1, again we turn, then again we are going to use the back loops. Then this is our first. And then the last one. So now this is how it's going to look. So we are going to do this until it measures 8 inches. So meet me when I'm done. So now here we are, I'm through with my waistband. Now it's already measuring 8 inches. Here it is, 8 inches. Now what we are going to do next, we are going to be working on these ridges. So, and the pattern we are going to use is going to be half doubles. So this is already chain 1. So remember, half doubles begin with chain 2. So this is the first and this is the second. So now we are going to be putting on our first. So these are our first one is going to be here. So we are going to be working on these ridges here. So that is going to be our first, and the second one is going to be on top of the ridge, and then the bottom on top, and then the bottom on top, and then the bottom. So that's how we are going to be working. So now our first one is here. So we are going to put our first half double. That is 1. Then we go to the next one, and then to the next one, So we are going to be working like this on top of all the ridges until we reach to the end. So this is how it's going to look. So meet me towards the end. I'm almost there at the end. And then this is our last one. So again we do chain 2, then we turn our work, then we continue but from our first one, the first one. So we are going to continue like this. Continue as our half doubles. So let's meet. This is how it's going to look. So now let's meet when I've done more, when I have done more rows. So now here we are. I went ahead and did some more rows. So I did like, let me see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are 8 rows. So now what we are going to do, the thing is white, it's more of 9.5. So now what we are going to do, we are going to measure our, and we find where our 9.5 is, because remember I said my bust is 19 inches, so when you divide it by 2, that is 9.5. So now what we are going to do, we are going to find our 9.5. Sorry. So from here, we want to look for our 9.5 from here to here. So I think when try to put it straight, I think our 9.5 somewhere here. That's where it is. From this point here and then to here. That is where our 9.5 is. So now what we are going to do, we are going to count how many are these stitches. This is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 and then 16. So they have 16, so it means each side is going to have 8 8. So now we are going to count from this side. It is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we are going to put a stitch marker on our 8th. So that is our stitch marker. So even this side we are going to count. This is 1 2, this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So our 8th is here. So now we have divided. So now what we are going to do, we want now to find the middle part. So remember I said I want our middle part to be measuring. You may want 4.5 or we do 5. So now if you want 5, so what you are going to do, let me try to seam here. Let me count from here to 14. This is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. So that is our 14. I'm trying to find some 14. So even this side from this one, it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. So when we measure this part here to here, let us see. Now it's making 5 inches. So let me also mark it. 5 inches. So now that's it. So what we are going to do next, so we are going to start doing reductions. We are going to decrease these sides, this side and this side, where there's our first and last stitch marker. From here to here we shall be decreasing. When going this side, from this side we decrease at the beginning, and from this side we decrease at the end when we are turning. So what we are going to do, so I'm going to cut my yarn. So I did here some chain one, so we are going to cut and collar, tighten it. So now we are going to begin from here. We are going to begin working from here. We do chain 2. So even if I remove my stitch marker, chain 2, then our reduction is going to work on the second row when we are coming back. So it means for our first row, they are going to remain 14 like the way they are here. No reduction in this row. Remember I said our pattern is half doubles. For now, then I've reached where our stitch marker is. So I put a half double, then I get my stitch marker, I remove it from here, then I put it again here. Oh, sorry. Put it again there. Then I continue with my half doubles. So I've reached again where another stitch marker is. So I'm going to work in it. Then I remove this. Then I put it here. Then I continue. Then I've reached again where our last stitch marker is. Then I put a half double. Then even if I remove it, it's of no use now. Then we do chain 2. Then we turn our work. Now remember I said this next row of ours is going to be a reduction row. So we have been placing on the first one. Now we are going to skip this first one, then we put we put our first half double in the next stitch. We leave this, we put it here. So this is what you're going to do. So now they were 14, now they are going to be 13. And then our last one is 13. So let me count. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then we put our stitch marker in the 13th. Then we continue until we reach where our stitch marker is. Then here we are, I'm going to reach on our stitch marker. I've already reached. Then I'm going to do a half double. Then I place my stitch marker here. So this is our first one, then the second, the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, and then our 13 in the last one. Then we do chain 2, we turn our work. Now again we skip the very first one, then we come to the second one. So now they are going to be 12. So that's how we are going to be reducing. That's how we are going to be reducing until we reach where our stitch markers are, even this side. So find me when I've reached our stitch markers. Remember that the length of our top is going to be 7 inches long. Remaining with some 2 rows. Now I did some reduction in this row, I think. So now our remaining rows, I'm not going to do any reduction because I'm about to reach our 7 inches. So now I'm just going to try to show you how I did my reductions. Now let me show you. So I did it like this. I came in our first stitch, then in the next stitch, then I put a half double. Then I continued our reduction. I did it like this, but since this one is not for reduction, so I'm not going to do a reduction. I was just trying to show you how I did my reduction. So I want to try to finish up with these 2 rows, then we go to the next thing. So now I'm through with the length of and the length of our top is 7 inches, and again the length of the arm, that is 4.5 inches. So even remember, this one's the bust measurement. I said it's supposed to be 9.5. So and that is it. So you may be asking how I got this measurement. So you get the measurements for a bust, then you divide it by 4, but it will give you 4.75. Then for me, I have done, you can go ahead and do 4.75, but me, I have done 4.5. So now the next thing, and my last row, I did a single to make my measurement right. So now we are going to cut our yarn. And the next thing, we are going to do the back part. Now our back part, then our top is going to be like this. So the back part, it will depend on how you want it to be. If you want it to be open, to have that open space behind, you may do, let me say, like how many rows, because so far this one is 1.5. so you may do, let me see, 1.5. you may do then up to 3 or 3.5, and even this side 3.5. but for an open back, you may do from here to here, measuring like 2.5. So let me show you how we are going to do it. So now so this side I'm going to be using singles. So we are going to start from here. We're going to start from here, then using these loops here. Oh, sorry. Remember, we're using single. You may take all the loops using singles for our back. Here. So we are going to be working on these ridges. So our next one's here, and then here. Then our next one is here. So I'm going to be putting in this, and then in this, like that. And then in the middle, and then our last one. So then we do chain 1 and then we turn. So we begin from our first one, going backwards. So meet me when I'm almost here. I'm almost at the end. So we are remaining with 2, but you are going to work on this one. So we leave the last one, then we do chain 1, then we turn our work, and again we leave the first one, we come to the second one. So we are going to be doing reductions only this side. So the way I've done it here, that's how we are going to be doing it. So again, I'm almost the end and remaining with 2. Then this is our last one. So I leave this one. So I do chain 1, turn our work, then I leave the first one, then I come to the second one. So we are going to continue like this until we reach our measurements we want. Then we do the same even this side. Now I'm through with my back parts. So this is how they look, and this is how it's going to be, like this. So if you want an open back, you may not do it long like this. Maybe it has to be some inches, not 4, because me I've done 4 from here to where it is measuring 4. But if you want it to be so open, you can do something like 2.5, like that. So this is how it is. So I went ahead, I did my edgings here. This is how it looks, and I've stopped somewhere here to show you how I've been doing it. So let me show you. So now this is a slip stitch. After slip stitch, then we go around here, then we do, I'm doing singles, 5 singles in 1 stitch. That is 1, this is the second, the third, and the fourth, and then the 5th. And then I do my slip stitch here. Then again I come here I do 5. So that is it until I reach this side. So now the next thing we are going to do, so I went ahead and I placed my strap in here. So again, I want to show you how I did it. Now we are going to put it here. This is where it's going to be. Now this is how I place my straps on the top. So it has to be long. So this is what I do. Get my hook. Now I do my first chain. Then again I think I entered the right, yeah. Then pull through, then you do a chain 1, then again in that same stitch you again do, now this is like a single, and then you make your chain. The length of your choice. So that's how it has to be. So now remember here it has to measure from here to here 9.5. So this is how beautiful our top has turned out. It's looking so nice. So I went ahead, I added a daisy on it. As you know, kids like flowers on their clothes. So and it's looking so beautiful. And this is our back. This is how it looks. So beautiful. That's it. Thank you so much guys for watching. I hope you have really enjoyed and liked the tutorial. Subscribe to my channel for more videos or tutorials. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends on WhatsApp, on Facebook. That's it. Thank you once again. Bye bye.